The member for Dunkley.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is for the Minister for Urban Infrastructure. Will the Minister update the House on the government's investment in major projects right across the country? How is the government's $75 billion infrastructure package going to boost productivity and increase livability in our states and territories, including in my electorate of Dunkley?
The Minister for Urban Infrastructure.
Well, I do thank the member for Dunkley, who has a strong interest in infrastructure, and I well remember being with him to announce a $4 million commitment for a study into the electrification of the Frankston line. And with his commitment to infrastructure, he will welcome the $75 billion commitment to infrastructure spending in this budget, an infrastructure package that delivers benefits for our nation. In Western Australia, a $2.3 billion package, including nearly $800 million for the Thornlie and Yanchep line extensions, subject to business cases being assessed by Infrastructure Australia. A $1 billion package in Victoria, including over $500 million for regional rail, including the Geelong line, $30 million for a business case into a rail connection between the Melbourne City and Tullamarine Airport. If there's rail from the City of Sydney to Sydney Airport, from the City of Brisbane to Brisbane Airport, if there's rail being built from Perth to Perth Airport, then a city like Melbourne, a major city, deserves a rail connection to the airport. And that's why we've committed $30 million for business case funding for this project. A national government committing to national infrastructure projects, including $8.4 billion for the Inland Rail. And a national
Minister for Urban Infrastructure will resume his seat. The member for Lyons on a point of order.
Point of order, Mr Speaker. On relevance, the minister's talking about infrastructure for the national program, but he hasn't mentioned Tasmania.
The member for Lyons will resume his seat. It's a frivolous point of order. If he repeats it, he'll be ejected from the chamber. The minister has the call.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. A $10 million national rail program with money starting to flow from 2019-20, recognising that in our major cities around Australia there are rail projects which have the capacity to move people more efficiently and quickly and are city-shaping. This is a major commitment to Australia's cities and to their surrounding regional areas. And of course, Mr Speaker, Western Sydney Airport, $5.3 billion equity commitment for a project which stayed in the too hard basket for too long. This government is committing to build Western Sydney Airport with a $5.3 billion equity commitment. Mr Speaker, you are seeing a significant shift to a greater use of equity and loan investment in this budget, in our approach to infrastructure, and you're seeing a commitment to national priorities that no one state government can deliver, such as the Inland Rail running right along the eastern seaboard through Victoria, New South Wales and Queensland, running inland and supporting a mode shift in freight from road to rail. National infrastructure priorities being delivered in this $75 billion infrastructure spend.
The minister's time has concluded.